I think to sum it up, I would just say we are all living in times where life is unpredictable, where life, in fact, has always been unpredictable. But I think this year specifically has thrown the biggest googly at us in cricket language. Good morning. I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much for having me here. So I'm a coach, and that is possibly the primary introduction that I'd like people to know about me. I come from an army background, so the discipline and a different way of life has been there with me. With about 2 decades of being associated with organizations as a human resource person, consulting them, or being in-house HR, I've moved 3 geographies, finally settled in India. I coach mid to senior level professionals in various areas, and I do a lot of mentoring. In my free time, I'm also teach at various B schools. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. So mindset is the way we perceive anything. You know, the way I approach my work, the way I approach my relationships, the way I approach this conversation, the way we perceive our thoughts, our attitudes is what is mindset. If my mindset is not right or negative, I'd look on at a Monday morning and I'll be like, oh, another Monday. Or I would look at invite to someone's house and I'll be, oh, I have to go out again. Or I look at my supervisor giving me negative feedback as, oh, he's trying to get back at me. So we do not look at events or what is happening in our life as opportunities. We look as if, you know, the earth has fallen and every small thing becomes a big thing. That is what mindset is. And exactly how I gave examples, mindset also decides our relationships. Because if I'm going to look at you know, everything within a particular mindset of that, you know, it is something very dramatic or very different or very negative, then obviously it will impact my professional and personal relationships. Mindsets usually are driven by our belief system or our values, which are ingrained in us from a very, very young age. So that value system and belief system actually carries with us, which forces us to look at things in that way. As I said, you know, if your value system is of discipline, you would look at things in a very structured way. And if you are unable to, and that would also mean that you'll not possibly be able to look at things which are chaotic or uncertain. And you know, we talk about the VUCA world, so a lot of people who are too disciplined or a lot of people who are very structured would find it difficult to deal with uncertainty and chaos. Nothing good or bad about it, but that mindset shifts actually make adjustments easier and working with things easier. I hope I answered your question in that one. I think for all of us, it's important to understand and be very, very mindful of what we speak to ourselves, the narrative we give ourselves. And an easy way of understanding mindset is if we look at any situation in life and we believe there is no choice. If you look at anything that comes our way and we are looking at it only as a black or white, that's one of the clear indicators that you are definitely not in the right mindset for growth and for success, for happiness, whether it's at work or it's at personal on the personal front or with friends, wherever. The other indicator of a mindset is the words that we use in our normal vocabulary. Like the other day, I was talking to somebody And the lady in the first few sentences, she was like, oh, I believe I cannot do this, it may not happen, it should not happen. And I was like, have you realized in the last 1 minute the number of times you've used the word not and never? She said, oh yes. I said, see, that by itself is an indicator that you are not looking at opportunities. You're only looking at obstacles, you're looking at roadblocks, you're looking at what cannot be done. I think that is a huge indicator. So as I said, the narrative we tell ourselves, the messaging we give ourselves, and our vocabulary, these are very, very clear indicators of the mindset we are in. And on the other hand, if I look at everything saying, oh, we are all stuck in lockdown, let me see what can I do differently in this. If I'm forever looking at opportunities, if I'm forever trying, if I'm like, okay, if not this, then this. And it's not about what comes out of those opportunities or what comes out of trying. It's more about if I'm forever trying something new. That is a very good mindset for success and growth. If I'm forever looking at, oh, okay, it's not black and white, it is, life is gray, people are gray, nobody is perfect. And if that is how I look at things, if that is how I look at myself, that's the best way of moving forward. And to give you another example, one of my coaches is a perfectionist, and he was like, in my need to be a perfectionist, I say far more than what is necessary in a client call or in a client meeting, thinking that, okay, maybe some sentence will be perfect and I'll end up having the client buy what he needs to, or I'll be able to win him over. And I said, why do you do that? He said, oh, because I think I need to be a perfectionist. So we forever try harder and harder, and you'll have a lot of vocabulary to say something that can be said in 30 seconds. And that is also one of the indicators of our mindset. A group can affect our mindset. In fact, there is a saying, right? We are known by the company we keep. And or the immediate 5 people around us decide our success. So it does affect us, because if everybody around me is forever talking about lack of opportunities, if everybody around us is talking about negativity, then there is only so much that you will be able to process. If someone is forever pulling you down, there is only so much that you can go forward and do in life. So we really need to be careful about the people we interact with. We need to choose our friends. We need to choose our immediate circle of 5 or 10 people to ensure that we are with people who have the right frame of mind. It really impacts how we look at things. It does. Yeah, I think as a coach, because a lot of people who come to for coaching, and coaching is about behaviors. So most behaviors are related to mindset. As I said, it's beliefs, values, behaviors, mindsets, which lead to choices we make, which in turn further reinforces our belief system or the behavior pattern that we have. So changing mindsets, it's a lot about understanding our belief system, which is leading to that mindset. As part of coaching, we help people understand their own value systems. We help people understand how their beliefs could actually be limiting their progress. So we help people understand their limiting beliefs. We help people understand the behavior pattern that may not be conducive to growth, whether it's in the personal relationships, professional interactions, growth, whether it's for the next promotion. So our limiting beliefs are what we work at, what we help to uncover and then work on as part of coaching, which means making people aware, helping them accept what their own belief system is, what their values are, and giving them helping them understand what they can do differently to change or break that cycle that has been repeating itself year after year, incident after incident. And that is what coaching is about. That is what that's the kind of support we give people in terms of changing mindsets. So as part of our coaching intervention, At Embrace Consulting, we follow a framework of Embrace, which is completely focused on beliefs, mindsets, um, empathy, respect, acceptance, which are more intrinsic and inherent to us as people, and that in turn changes the way we reach out to others in terms of communication and be equity, which are all a part of the Embrace framework. And so we, as I said, we help people understand their belief systems. We help people understand their mindsets, which means we'll do some assessments. We will understand what really works for them. We'll have about 6 to 9 coaching sessions of an hour each, and help people understand through these coaching sessions, make them aware where they are, what are their belief systems, what can they do differently. And usually I think all of us have our answers. It's just that we get conditioned, and beliefs are so ingrained within us that it becomes very difficult to think differently unless someone helps you get that perspective. And coaching is about giving the perspective. As a coach, if I'm able to ask the right questions, powerful questions which are able to make you think differently, if I have the patience to listen to the other person, what the other person is saying and what he is actually saying in words, and what he intends to say and what he possibly is unable to say, and help the person acknowledge things that the person is possibly not even able to acknowledge to himself in a normal situation. So all of those really help. And once I understand and I've acknowledged and I've come out of my own denial from the subconscious mind, I have brought it to the conscious mind and accepted that yes, some of these can be limiting beliefs. Thereafter, the journey is about understanding how we can start implementing in our everyday life. So create goals for people, help them create goals rather, and just be a kind of a person as a coach who's holding them accountable for the goals they have made. And a lot of times it also happens is that people make goals but they are not able to follow through, because a lot of times it happens is that while it's easy for me to sit with somebody right now and say, oh yeah, it makes sense, but in real life I'll possibly go back and think, oh, I wasn't convinced. While at that particular session, I thought that, yeah, this will be a great idea. When I started implementing it, I realized the challenges. I realized this wasn't a great idea. I thought this was hindering something. So in every coaching session, we also go over the challenges that are happening that is making implementation of some of these to-dos difficult. And then eventually, we hope that in about 6 to 9 coaching sessions, people at least are on a path of positive change. The trajectory is positive, and obviously we are there to help, and we provide that support through the entire interaction that we have with all our coaches. If I really answer that question, it'll feel as if I'm selling coaching. I don't want to do that. But I think one needs to have a lifelong coach. I think all of us need, even coaches need coaches, and you would find some of the most successful people have a long-standing coach with them, which is why cricketers and all the sports people have a coach. They have never thought that I would only need a coach in the first 2 years of my career and not thereafter. I think we all need a coach at all points in time, because life keeps throwing challenges at us. Life keeps throwing obstacles and different, and it's very unpredictable, right? We cannot really predict what's going to happen tomorrow. So given that, I may not be able to keep the same mindset at all points in time. Now, one is that, if you've been a good coachee, you would have kept a good journal maybe of your own trigger points and your emotions and what really makes you behave in a certain way. Having said that, sometimes, as I said, life is unpredictable. The challenge I have today may be different from the challenge I'd have 10 years down the line or 5 years down the line. And we have seen a lot of times when we coach, I mean, I coach people with about 4 or 5 years of experience as well. And we realize what they need is very different from what somebody needs at 10 years than what somebody needs at 20 years of experience, if I talk from a professional perspective. And as I said, even in life, there's so many things that life keeps throwing at us. So, um, yes, people can slip back, or people may have different challenges. It's very important for us to be mindful of our reactions, be careful of how we are responding to what's happening to us. And if I talk it from a more psychology perspective, I think not let the primal brain take over in a fight or flight, and let the neocortex ensure that, yeah, you're taking rational decisions, you've thought it through. But yeah, I mean, as I said, I think it's very important for everyone to have a coach at all points in time. Firstly, thank you so much once again to Rob Talks for having me here. I think it's a very, very important topic on mindset that we picked up today. Uh, I think to sum it up, I would just say we are all living in times where life is unpredictable, where life, in fact, has always been unpredictable. But I think this year specifically has thrown the biggest googly at us in cricket language. So I think having the right mindset, looking at everything in terms of opportunities, looking at every incident in terms of how it how we can make the most out of it, changing the way we look at things would really, really help. And yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you so much once again.